Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Schlock. I'm your host, Fresh Cut. Ooh, that sounded like I was making a joke about getting circumcised. I'm not. It is Christmas soon for those who celebrate. Either way, if you don't celebrate, fine. But if you're spending some time with family, you're gonna be watching some Christmas movies though, holiday movies. You know, um, and today I'm here to discuss the weirdest Christmas film I have quite possibly ever seen, which is 1971's The Christmas Martian by Bernard Gosselin. It's a French Canadian movie um, about this titular Martian comes to Quebec um, on Christmas, presumably. I don't think they ever really say necessarily that it is Christmas, but um, well, they have a Christmas party eventually, so it is Christmas. But anyway, he crashes and befriends a group of children, and the children go do fun stuff with him while parents are sort of concerned and they call the police. And then, yeah, it doesn't end poorly. Spoiler alert, this is a G rated film. It's 52 years old, so there might be some spoilers here, but boy howdy, this is a this is an experience. I know it's being released by Canadian International Pictures, the Vinegar Syndrome sublabel on Blu-ray. I am planning on picking this up, spoiler alert, because this is really fun and wholesome and bizarre. First off, the Martian, they make him look like just a bum. Like, I don't. It's hard to describe. He's kind of like this like net across his face, and he's got face paint, sort of, and he wears street clothes, but the street clothes are like these ratty, like worn out stuff. But it's never like a plot point, so it's like, why does he wear those to fit in? But anyway, the spacecraft that he's on, I love it so much. Number one, it's like a traditional flying saucer. It's red to fit the season, um, and obviously it's like a miniature used until we're like up close. And this had a weird amount of like sci-fi stuff in it. Like when these two kids are primary two kids in the movie go into the flying saucer with the Martian, the inside actually looks decent, like a regular 70s sci-fi movie, um, which is really interesting to see because they spared a lot of expenses with this one. I guess that's not with the interior, but when the saucers fly away, you literally see a black rope pulling it. They did not bother to edit it out. They didn't paint it to fit in with the background. It is jet black, and you can see it extremely clearly. Um, the Martian himself, I believe, is played by like a fairly renowned Canadian actor, actually, Marcel Sabourin, God, um, and his performance is not the best, but it's fun. It's definitely like a reeled in performance. Not a whole lot to the character. The character is very one dimensional. It's a Martian crash landed on Earth, wanting to fit in. And for whatever God knows why, when the children go there, he knows. I guess he knows kids like candy, um, and he like causes candy just to like almost drown the children in the thing, and the kids get so excited. But it's like this whole thing is almost made more realistic by the fact that the like kids' parents are like looking for them and actually concerned. It's just hilarious to me. It's like they think the kids were kidnapped, which in a sense they were. So it provided this weird realism to it that I found really amusing. Um, and the kids in this, they do a fine job. It's definitely child actors, like under the age of 10, but for what they aren't wooden. At least they act like kids. This definitely feels like a movie that was made like with the kids playing and everything, and they just sort of recording when everybody was playing together. So it makes it feel more natural, but also weird because they're just playing with this guy that looks like a bum. which was odd. Also, Canada, is there something going on with like kids operating motor vehicles? Because the kids in this operate snowmobiles and they can barely reach like the foot stirrups. Oh my god. The townspeople in this are, as I said, realistic. Like they're wanting to capture this guy, but the ending. Spoiler alert here. We're going into the ending because the ending is hilarious. The cops eventually catch up to the Christmas Martian and the children, and it takes about 3 seconds for the Christmas Martian to convince them that he is not evil. God knows how. And then the police, instead of doing anything, they were guns drawn, put their guns away, and start sledding on their bellies, and they roll down a hill together with the Martian, and the Martian leaves. The story, as you could probably imagine, is very straightforward. But it's just very bizarre. It kind of almost draws attention to how this and like weirdly stuff like Frosty, which I talked about in that shitpost video, how kids just follow these like otherworldly beings in these fantasy movies, and everybody just kind of doesn't bat an eye. But in this one, they do it. It's just funny. Um, yeah, the Martian also is really weird. He like steals things and transforms his body, and there's a couple of racist caricatures that definitely did not age well. Um, I don't want to say they add to the charm, but they kind of do because it's like it's so silly, and it's like, oh god, this is a kids movie. And yeah, it's really fun. The Martian, he overacts a lot. The guy in this. When I said it's like a reeled in performance, I just mean like it's not a good performance. You're not going to like cry about the Martian or anything, but he pulls the Nick Cage method, and it's pretty hilarious a lot of the time. So yeah, this is one of the weirdest kids movies I've ever seen. While still, kind of putting you in the holiday spirit, and it's a good family movie. It's dumb, as one would imagine. Most of this is just kids hanging out and playing with the Martian guy while the cops search for them, but it's only an hour. The special effects are bad, other than inside the ship. It's fun to laugh at it. The music is fine. The music is fine, but there is a weird theme song that goes with the Martian that I didn't touch on, but is really weird. It's an earworm. I won't do it here because you gotta watch it for yourself, but yeah. This is a good one for families, which I don't cover very much on this channel, but you should definitely watch this, even if you don't have a family. That sounded rough, but even if you're by yourself, this is a good one. Crack open a cold one and just laugh at the absurdity of this 70s kids movie, and it might just put you in the holiday spirit. So yeah, that's it for today. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Keep your notifications on. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.